In 2020, the global AI software market is expected to grow approximately 154% year-on-year, reaching a forecast size of $22.6 billion. Artificial intelligence is a term used to describe a variety of technologies referring to the creation of intelligent software or hardware able to learn and solve problems. These include machine learning, computer vision, and natural language processing, NLP, among others. AI is expected to have wide adoption in and implications for every industry vertical and is likely to be one of the next great technological shifts, like the advent of the computer age or the smartphone revolution. Despite its potential to optimize the way many industries operate, AI is feared to replace human labor in some. The automotive and assembly, and telecom industries worldwide are predicted to undergo the biggest workforce cuts in the next 3 years due to the adoption of AI technologies. However, infrastructure, professional services and high-tech industries are predicted to increase their workforce sizes with the adoption of AI technologies during the same time period. This highlights the somewhat polarizing effects of AI to human jobs. In some industries, the introduction of AI greatly expedites processes and minimizes human error, which leads to the replacement of human labor. While in others, AI creates new hybrid roles where humans enable machines and AI augments human capabilities. Artificial intelligence's impacts on global economic conditions is significant. Despite changes in the global workforce, AI is predicted to contribute to global economic growth. A 2018 global survey estimates that AI will contribute to approximately 26.1% of China's GDP in 2030, 14.5% of the GDP in North America, and 13.6% of UAE's GDP. Some of these increases in GDP stem from improvements in productivity and product enhancements due to the adoption of AI technologies. For example, AI in the technology, media and telecommunications industry is forecast to increase global GDP in 2030 by 12.5%, 5.5% from gains associated with productivity, and 7% from gains associated with product enhancements. AI adoption is a growing space and there is a lot more research and development which is expected to take place in this area. Companies which were evaluating or experimenting with AI have progressed towards using them in production deployments. While this space is witnessing early-stage growth, companies will be upgrading their technologies continuously for many more years to come, requiring parallel investments. One of the radar research talks about multiple risk factors are involved in adopting AI technology by companies, including but not limited to bias in model development, missing or poorly conditioned data, the tendency of models to degrade in production, or instantiating formal processes to promote data governance. Adopters will have their work cut out for them as they work to establish reliable AI production lines. The acquisition and retention of AI-specific skills remains a significant impediment to adoption in most organizations. Many complain on the difficulty in hiring or retaining people with AI skills and claiming it as a significant barrier to AI adoption in their organizations. However, earlier years, The I skills gap seemed to be the barrier, and it is positive to note that this doesn't seem to be the current barrier for I adoption. A larger problem towards I adoption has been identified as a lack of institutional support by the Radar report. Another common challenge faced while considering I adoption is pointed towards difficulties in identifying appropriate business use cases and an unsupportive culture. As per Radar report, the most popular tools for I development in 2019 are expected to be predominant in 2020. This could be a function of the Python factor. However, their research indicates 4 of the 5 most popular tools for AI-related work are either Python-based or dominated by Python tools, libraries, patterns, and projects. Of these, TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, and Keras held steady, while PyTorch grew its share to more than 36%. This tracks with usage and search activity on the O'Reilly online learning platform, where interest in PyTorch has grown quickly from a relatively small base. Their analysis of Python-related activity on O'Reilly likewise shows that Python is seeing explosive growth in ML and AI-related development. Very obviously, AI practice is maturing, even if many production use cases appear primitive. As showcased by their research in Radar report, adopters are also taking proactive steps to control for the most common risk factors. Both mature and not so mature adopters are experimenting with sophisticated techniques to build their AI products and services. Adopters are using a wide variety of ML and AI tools, but have coalesced around a single language, the ubiquitous, irrepressible Python. However, organizations need to address important data governance and data conditioning to expand and scale their AI practices.